They were able to identify a DNA sample found at the crime scene that matched the DNA of a Los Angeles Police Department detective named Stephanie Lazarus. As the years passed and the initial investigation into Sherri Rasmussen's murder stalled, the case was officially classified as cold. However, the detectives involved in the case refused to give up hope. They continued to work on the case in their spare time, poring over the evidence and exploring new avenues of investigation. Eventually, the case was taken over by a dedicated cold case team. These specialized investigators were trained in advanced forensic techniques and had experience in solving long-dormant cases. They brought a fresh perspective to the investigation and were determined to bring Sherri's killer to justice. The cold case team began by re-examining the evidence from the crime scene. They used modern forensic techniques to analyze the DNA evidence, fingerprints, and other physical evidence collected at the scene. They also revisited interviews with witnesses, hoping to uncover new clues or information that had been overlooked in the initial investigation. After months of painstaking work, the cold case team made a breakthrough. They were able to identify a DNA sample found at the crime scene that matched the DNA of a Los Angeles Police Department detective named Stephanie Lazarus. As Stephanie Lazarus was an active police officer at the time, the cold case team had to exercise caution in their approach. They couldn't simply order her to come in for questioning, as that would raise suspicions and potentially compromise the investigation. Instead, the team devised a strategy to lure Lazarus to the police station under false pretenses. They crafted a scenario that seemed innocuous and unrelated to the murder investigation. This allowed them to bring Lazarus in for questioning without alerting her to their suspicions. The exact details of the ruse are unknown, but it likely involved a pretext that was plausible and relevant to Lazarus's role as a police officer. Perhaps they claimed to need her assistance with a case that was similar to one she had worked on in the past. By creating a sense of urgency and necessity, they were able to convince Lazarus to come in for the interview without arousing her suspicions.